What's going on, dudes? HK Titan here with a brand new video for you guys. But first things first, as always, hope you guys are having an amazing day. Dudes, for today's video, ooh, do I have a banger for you guys today. I honestly don't even know if you're ready for this craziness. But nonetheless, I'm going to show you guys anyways. I partnered with some of the biggest Dablooon's TD6 content creators on YouTube, including Tewtiy, Jeromeasf, Sabre, Alukian, and my boy Dablooon, and together we created the totally awesome, amazing Bloons Tower Defense 6 Epic Tower tier list made by complete professionals. But anyways, guys, that's enough of the intro, so sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Is the best tier, and it's just overall the best tower in pretty much every circumstance. Is it good for boss battles? Is it good late game strategy? Is it good for chimps, half cash? Is it fun? Basically, pretty much all of these things are being taken into consideration, and we have a lot of some of the best Bloons TD6 minds today, so let's jump into it. Who's excited?
Oh, yeah.
Very excited.
I'm excited to get those ice monkeys on the F tier list.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
no, you're getting out of here.
Dare you?
Fusty God tier, dude. Pat
No.
Fusty God tier.
Let's go!
My girl Sada, my girl Sada.
Sada's also they're all so good. Benjamin, #1 in my heart, okay? I gotta get that money.
Beans the
so speaking
boy.
of money, let's start off with literally the worst tower in the entire game.
Rome's
Worse?
over here
I mean,
taking
I-
ice monkeys. Ice monkeys? Or I
Yeah, I
don't
would.
know, ice
I
monkeys.
mean, don't get me wrong. Out of all the banana farm routes, it's my personal least favorite. But I wouldn't say the worst tower.
It's
I mean,
okay.
I literally haven't seen a single person willingly use that over the other two.
I'm just
Well,
gonna go ahead
can I give
and
my take on
exit
it?
stage,
Yes,
stage
Dablooon.
left.
What do you think? Because Dablooon, you typically have a hot take on this.
So I'm personally very lazy. I hate collecting the banks. I hate putting down a farmer and collecting all the money. So I throw this guy down and he just makes all that money.
That's
Well,
kind of true, actually.
That's
Yeah.
very true. Having that peace of mind, knowing that you don't actually have to like move your cursor over bananas, that is so nice.
But
I
Ryan, you know
literally-
what we do is we put down the monkey farmer.
No,
The monkey
spend
farmers.
I spend a ridiculous amount of money on making sure that I have monkey farmers. Like it's bad. I think that's like my #1 expense for my YouTube channel is making sure that I have monkey farmers.
I think it's like a
at least
C.
an A.
C,
No.
C tier, no
That's-
shot.
It's the
I think
lazy Bloons players money maker.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I think C
I'd
makes
say
sense. I
D.
know it's the least favorite out of all the other ones, but let's pretend that they're tier 5s didn't exist for the banana farm. I think it's fine. Like I think it's an okay tower. I don't think it's
Okay,
not the
my
best,
number
not the
one.
worst.
All right.
Yeah, it's not
we'll
my
take
like
that.
#1, but I don't think it's bad.
Glue gunner. I personally never really like use glue in pretty much any circumstance. I'd rather just have raw power. So I guess I don't really have much
Wait,
of a.
that's the super
super
glue,
glue.
right? That's super glue.
That's
yeah.
the bottom
Which is
pass.
basically
super
infinite
glue.
stall.
Yeah,
It is nice.
it's
The worst
amazing
glue,
to
though.
stall towers. The
It's like
worst
the
glue.
I do have a valid complaint with him, is that he's meant for Moab balloons with super glue, but the one balloon that you need to slow down the most, which is the DDT, he can't hit him because he can't hit camos.
Very
If you
true.
have camo detection though, I mean, you get your boy Etienne, you get yourself a middle pass
Ah,
village,
I-
an ice
I think call
monkey.
this guy the Avatar because when you needed him most, he vanished.
Oh,
That's what I think.
Yeah.
what a
well said.
burn.
Where do we want this beautiful individual to go? What are we thinking here? E. Well said. I can agree with that. I can get
Yeah, I
behind
don't like him.
that. Okay.
I was gonna say
This one.
B.
B.
B?
I think B
God.
too.
All right.
$30,000 for stalling a balloon infinitely?
All right,
Like
put
a
him on
Moab?
C then if you want to meet in between.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
We'll meet in the middle and go with.
I'll
this.
meet in the middle there. Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Call, but
Command
it's the
me,
bottom
Chief
pass.
Commander.
Thank you.
Commander.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Man, I can't believe I knew that, Ryan.
All right,
Come on, man.
Alukian, what do you think about this tower?
Well said.
All right.
Yeah, Alukian, you.
There used to be a bug back in the day where it was like really overpowered, like 2 years ago. So it seems like worse by comparison, but it's sorry, I feel like I haven't used it in a while actually, so it's like
Pretty bad.
you like don't
F.
use it enough to like
F.
know.
It's
F,
the balloon.
F,
The balloon
F.
is
It's
pretty bad. And we
is
put
really
this
bad.
in F tier.
I enjoy its company.
Yeah, I
Like-
like being able to have a look.
It
up
makes
some
me feel
friends.
cozy, you know?
The tier 3 can help out a lot with the boss.
Why wouldn't you just go Apache Prime, right? Why would you just
Yeah.
like get
Yeah.
more popping power? Just annihilate balloons. So.
He's,
in that-
he's mainly used for stall. That's it.
It's
Yeah.
it's in that group of towers that you save up all this money, you think you're gonna buy it, and it's gonna do great, and then you die the next round.
Yeah, well said. That's exactly what that's how I feel about it as well. Where you're like, you want to make the investment in it, and then just no shot. No shot. Where do we put our cold boy?
That one.
S tier.
E.
S tier.
S tier?
S tier.
Actually?
I mean, first
Okay.
off, just look at the Ice Monkey and how dedicated he is to popping balloons. On top of that, he has a freaking bazooka.
That's, you know what? That is very valid and fair.
Let's put him in B for bazooka.
B
There you go.
for bazooka.
No.
This is the official tier list, okay? B for
This is officially
bazooka.
made.
I really do think this is like kind of a cracked tower. This and super brittle are just so good.
Super brittle's disgusting. I think that's better than what we're doing right now. I don't even know the name.
It's Icicle Impale. Well,
Icicle Impale.
well,
okay.
if you
I don't
consider like
know.
the tier 3, tier 4 can like solo round 63, it's like it's actually a really good tower. I think you guys might need to use it just a little bit more.
I agree. You know
Okay,
what? I agree.
okay.
I do not use it enough. I will take your wise judgment and put it in 8.
No, you put that
There
down.
you go.
Yeah,
There you
Jerome,
go.
Jerome, you can't even pass
Oh,
round
it
40
works.
on easy with
No,
double
put
cash.
B.
Okay. All right. This beautiful mortar tower. What do we think about bottom path mortar tower?
I
B.
love him. With shattering shells, he'll knock
Hey.
off any kind of fortification, DDT camo. He's my hero. I want to be like him one day when I grow up.
Jerome, you just wanna watch
Unironically,
that
do you
part.
have like the Bloons wiki pulled up right now?
No, dude, this guy is my hero. This is my hero.
He's like whipping out some stats that I've never heard this guy pull before.
Yeah, well said. Dablooon, what do you think of this guy?
I don't know, man. I have to pass on this one. I never really use him too much. He costs too much money.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really feel like. Does anyone here actually use this tower?
Are you guys crazy?
No, like, yeah, in challenge, like, all the fortified is gone.
Yes, it takes rid of all fortified. It gets rid of camo. Dude, that's my dad.
That's your dad, Jerome? Okay.
Right there.
So-
All right,
so
D
where-
for dad. D for dad.
At least
Dad.
today. No.
Deep
He's
dad,
at least
well
today.
said.
He's at least today.
At least today,
Sure.
Master Bomber. This tower is kind of cracked, especially during like boss battles. I know the
Oh,
bottom, that's the one that with the C4, and it does like 4,000 damage to Moabs. It's crazy strong. I feel like it's kind of a high tier tower.
I like the tier 4 for the boss. I mean, ever since I was introduced to that strategy, it actually helps a lot. But I feel like for all the hype buildup over the tier 5, I feel like you should do a little bit more.
Okay, fair enough. Alukian, what do you think about it?
I have zero idea. I've never used it, which I guess says something.
You know what? Dablooon?
I was using not him, but the 4th tier one in the last boss fight, and he took down that 1st tier like real quickly. Like how you're saying, it just drops damage on the big
Yeah.
Moabs.
I think I kind of agree with what everyone says here, is the fact that I think it has potential and it does good work, but the T5 itself definitely feels a little bit mediocre, and I think because of that, it should go in either D or C tier. All right, now we're moving on to Sniper. I love the Sniper
A.
tower.
Give him
E.
an A.
This one's amazing.
E?
No,
Who
this
said
one,
E?
a very intelligent
The guy
wise
to the
person,
left.
for sure.
Like,
Yeah.
the elite defender, like he used to be like pretty decent, but he was hit with a pretty bad nerf in this recent update where the tier 5 and tier 4 can no longer passively pop lead balloons unless you upgrade to the top pathway.
This guy gets a bad rap. They used to call him the elite dumb fender, and then it was the elite great fender because he started being real good, and then they nerfed him again.
I didn't know
Yeah,
they nerfed
great.
him recently, so never mind. All right, I rescind my offer.
I'll put him in E for elite defender. Why not then?
Yeah, E for elite defender.
I like it.
There you
This
go.
is professional official tier list, by the way, everybody. Very
Professional.
important.
We are all
right, Perma-spike.
professionals.
I feel
Perma-spike
like
at least B.
at
S.
least
S.
B, right?
S.
I agree. No, perma spikes are so good. I feel like once you get perma spikes, you're like, okay, I just win. But it's just such a strong tower, I feel like.
It is. I mean, the perma-spike can like take down a bad by itself.
Yeah, I completely agree. What do we think about the sub commander?
Easy S tier, like not even, or if not double S tier.
Double
Yeah, I
S
kind
tier.
of honestly, I agree that it's definitely at least A, dude. I mean, you put that down, then you get a bunch of other subs, and it's just disgusting.
Yeah,
it just
the
does
buff that
so
it gives
much
is so good.
damage.
Dablooon, what do you think about it?
I've used that tower so many times. Like for round 63, you get enough money just before that, and he wrecks right through.
Can we all agree that this is an S tier tower?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
down.
pretty good. Yeah.
For sub, S for sub, got it.
As for
Jerome.
sub,
Jerome,
S
what do
plus
you-
this man. S
Jerome,
plus this
Jerome,
man.
I know you really don't like this tower. You want me to put him in F tier
S
for you,
plus
Jerome?
the knight. No, you put the knight at the top.
B for
Above all
Batman.
else.
B for Batman, well said.
Yeah, there you go.
No, you're horrible people.
Okay.
That man, if you have a DDT go by, he'll suck him up with his secret
Dude,
ability. He has
this
a
guy's
secret
focused
ability.
on DD. Dude, did the
Yeah,
DDTs
it's
do
true.
you, Jerome? What did
No,
the
dude,
DDTs
yes,
do
they
to you?
did. Not any tower. You any balloon you want. He'll suck him up with a secret. How many other secret abilities are out there? Huh? Anyone? None?
Drum.
S plus. S plus.
I
S
mean,
plus.
in the words of a great man, the Knights.
You're right.
Yes. Put him at S plus.
I can respect the S tier.
Oh, expensive, bro. You get so many other things instead
Oh,
of that,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, but he could beat round
bro.
999, so I can respect the S tier.
All right. You know what? I'm
Put
just
him at
backing
the
out of
top.
this one. I'll let you guys
Okay.
make that decision.
Balloon, you're the final decision on this. S or A tier?
He really likes that tower. Let's go for the S.
Okay.
There we
well,
go. That's,
yeah.
that's a legend right there.
Okay.
He was
Alright.
so
Make yours
dedicated, we
go.
had to give it to him.
Yeah. Yeah. The Tack Zone. I feel like the Tack Zone is very similar to Tower, almost like the Crossbow Master, where like very cheap, $20,000, but it gets things done. But I feel like in a harder map, more expert S map, where it's just like straight lines, it really falls off. What is everyone's thoughts on this?
Summed it up perfectly. I think
Yeah.
the harder maps, you don't get an advantage. You don't get the chance to take advantage of its real power.
I will say this though, I did do the cheapest chimp strategy with this bad boy. I mean, I think I had something like $130,000 left over.
That's crazy, actually.
Like,
Me of a show I used to watch called The Chalk Zone, so I'd automatically
Oh,
put it in
yeah,
S tier.
That show was great.
Alukian, what do you think about it?
Like Jerome said, yeah, you summed it up really well. Like,
Upper tier, so maybe
B.
like B tier?
Yeah, B for the
B.
Tack Zone.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
B for the
I
Tack Zone.
mean,
Okay.
lines up perfectly.
Can we all agree that this tower is kind of
S tier.
Double
doggy doo-doo?
Plus tier, dude.
S tier, hands down.
No
like,
shot, bro.
S
Yeah,
tier.
I actually put it in.
I
So-
feel like we're getting some negative feedback here. H2K Titan, what do you think?
Okay, so I feel like you guys may be not fully understanding what this tower allows you to do. So what you do is you surround this bad boy with a bunch of banana farms, and what it does is it sucks up all of those banana farms and increases the income. On top of that, it allows your towers to make more money per pop. So by the time you make it to like round 80, you're making like $100,000 a round, if not like $300,000 per round. This tower is absolutely insane.
See,
It
but here's the
depends how
thing.
far
we're
you
just-
want to go, right? Like if you're only going to round 80, do you really need? Do you
Well-
need that? Like,
well-
if you're like round 200, I'd do it.
Well, if you're facing off against the boss, this is like a necessity. Like, it's quote unquote the meta.
See, but I just used double cash, so I don't need it.
Facts, dude, facts.
Oh my
The
God.
cheese.
I've been playing this game for years and I barely have used them like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah,
I
I've
completely
barely ever
agree.
used it.
Just for you, H2K Titan, though, we'll put it E tier or D tier. What do we think?
There isn't anything in D tier. Let's fill that slot up.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
let's just keep it even. I like
Oh,
it. Okay.
My heart. My heart.
Okay, can I real quick about
you.
this guy? I so desperately, like many other people, wanted him to be like the best tower ever. You know, I mean, he's so cool, he's
Yeah.
awesome, but he's really just not that good. Like being realistic.
No,
I
recently
enjoy
they
the
changed
next
him.
Okay,
Wait, what did they change?
He's so good. He's
he's
really
changed
broken.
he's
Okay.
he's an easy S tier because like this
Oh,
is
yeah.
like the go-to for chimps.
What?
He's
Like
so good.
you can afford him like by round 53, and he can solo up until mid 80s.
No way, really?
Mid 80s, and then you need a little bit of help with a little bit of extra Moab damage. And then past that, it will solo round 90, round 93, round 95, round 98. It's just a really strong tower and easy S tier.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like the Prince of Darkness is an incredibly powerful tower, and I feel like it's only one weakness is if you have just this tower and you have to deal with either like round 40, 60, 80, and 100, where you have the only thing is one big Moab, and the Prince of Darkness doesn't have that popping power. But once you able to get those pops up and he's able to start summoning his little minions, that's when he really starts to shine, right?
Couldn't have said it
yeah.
better myself.
So, Sarbomba. My take on Sarbomba is, why would I spend $30,000 on an ability to pop balloons if I get into a sticky situation? Wouldn't I rather just spend $30,000 on a tower to make sure I don't get into a sticky situation?
It's
Yeah, I don't
a
like
really
them.
satisfying tower, but other than being satisfying, it's like I'd rather spend my money on like anything else.
It definitely
Yeah.
is a dopamine button, seeing that bomb go boom. What are our thoughts? So what do we feel about this tower?
I'll give it
I'm
either
straight
F
up-
or
I'm
an E.
straight up think F or E. I'm F or E as well.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I never choose that. I choose the other tower or the other tiers. So I'd say E.
I agree with that. I don't really use it. It's more of like a sweaty player tower. So,
Okay, the transformation tonic, our total transformation.
I was actually introduced to something with this tower. If you use the transforming tonic with a 0-3 druid, then you pair those 0-3 druids with some poplas, the amount of popping power that you can get from the transforming tonic, transforming the tier 3 druids is actually insane. Like crazy.
Okay, so basically you're saying he's big poopy unless you have a specific strategy. Okay, so what do we think then? Where would you put him then?
D for like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of
I
vibe.
think D.
I respect it.
I like it. Okay, recursive cluster. I think this as an actual like T5 isn't that great because it does increase the damage a little bit, but mainly you're trying to buy it for that ability that just wipes the balloons. And it kind of goes back to what we were talking about with Sarbomba. Why spend $30,000 on making sure that you have a failsafe instead of just making sure you don't? Instead, you could literally just buy like 5 or 6 other recursive clusters, right?
Well, you see, like
That is true.
Yeah.
That into
I think.
consideration.
What do you think? C then. Call it in the middle.
Yeah, for cluster, let's do it.
I noticed something reoccurring with his tower choices here.
No, what are you talking about, man? Nah.
Yeah,
Pure skill. Pure skill.
Moab elimination. This is a tower that I use very infrequently. I just don't use it as much as I probably should. So, is there anyone that does use this tower and can?
I think Jerome has a great
him.
idea about it.
I like him.
yeah.
I think he's pretty effective. I mean, if you think about it, he does a little more damage, although he doesn't freeze like the ice monkey with the bazooka does. But he does a little more damage to like Moabs.
To do Moab damage, I usually just don't choose the bomb shooter to do that. I'll go like triple Moab on the sniper or something, you know, or main Moab or whatever.
I respect the Mauler strat.
So on round 100, if you're on a water level, you can use like the first strike to bomb a bad. But this guy, if you're on like a land map, is really useful. You just hit it like 4 or 5 times and it takes down the bad, and the rest of your towers do it, and there you would just win chimps. It's pretty cool.
4 or 5 times and it takes out a bad balloon?
It does have
It
a really quick cooldown.
Yeah, it cools down real quick.
That's insane. So where would you put it then, Dablooon?
I don't use it too often, so probably I don't know, like a C or D.
Okay.
It has a specialty use for me anyway.
Let's put it in D tier because I can we agree that recursive cluster is better than Moab
Oh
elimination?
yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this beautiful boomerang monkey, Alukian. What do you think about this tower?
It's underrated. I'm pretty sure it can defend most of a BAD.
I think it's strong. Like I think this
Yeah,
tower
it
is
does a
really
lot.
strong. It definitely does a lot. I definitely think this is a tower that's slept on a lot. I personally don't get Boomerang, and if I do get Boomerang, I find myself getting Glaive Lord or Moab Domination. I don't find myself using it this much because I feel like there might be other towers that performs what it does a little bit better, but I think in certain situations, this tower really can shine.
I agree. Like I feel like it's getting a little bit more slept on because like the Paragons are out and there's a bunch of other towers that you can go for.
Want to put it in B tier?
I think he's pretty good. Yeah.
I can respect it.
Pirate Lord. What do we think about Pirate Lord?
One of the best looking towers for sure.
Oh, I love
agree.
Pirate Lord.
It
dude.
looks
Jack
so
Sparrow.
cool. Yeah. But is it good?
Looks good.
So
I'd say they're like A or B tier. Depends on the map too. Well, yeah, because you want to place them somewhere like, especially just Buccaneer altogether. You want to place them where they can utilize both sides. So I think it depends on the map.
If I'm
It
gonna
definitely-
invest
definitely.
$25,000, I think I would rather go for Prince of Darkness or a Crossbow Master.
I kind of agree with that, I think, because it's one of those things where you're spending the money for the ability to take in a OMG or like 3 Moabs or something like that, right?
Pretty much.
And so it is nice.
I think he looks pretty cool, so I'd jump him up a few pegs for that.
C for
I
Captain.
agree. T for Captain. All right, I'm about it.
No, dude, B for Buccaneer, dog.
D for
There you go.
Buccaneer.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go, professional.
Very- okay.
Professional.
Oh,
Official.
look at how satisfying and symmetrical this tier list is so far.
Except this. But we won't
Nah,
talk
dude,
about that.
symmetrical.
Now that leaves us with this
F.
tower.
Fat
Yeah.
F.
Fat F.
It's
Fat
way,
F,
it's
like,
way too expensive.
Terrible,
$60,000, bro. Get out of my
Yeah,
face with that.
no.
Get out of let me buy just an actual super monkey for $60,000.
F for fan club, dude. F for fan club.
F for
F for fan club.
Yeah,
Thank you for
I like
being
it.
here, Sabre.
I got
Your
you guys.
intuition is impeccable.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I like the Druid. I'm gonna go on record and say it.
The
Druid's pretty
crazy.
nasty. Didn't it
I
get a
also-
buff too?
It just got a
My
This is my
big
favorite
buff.
tower
is
in the game.
Massive
my
buff.
favorite is in older versions of the game when it would just completely crash your entire client. That was my favorite part of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Druid's like this path. The Druid is like S tier. Like I feel like you get this path and it's just you're
Yeah.
just good. It gives you money. The build up's really nice, and especially with the new change in this recent patch, which makes it more of an offensive tower than a support tower. I think this tower really is in a good spot right now.
Yeah, that recent update that it just got is like makes it crazy strong.
Yeah, I didn't know about the recent buff, but yeah, S tier then.
Yeah, I just want to put out that this is my all-time favorite tower in the entire game. I love this
I
guy.
think it's
He
such
looks
a
so
cool
cool.
tower.
He's so happy, and you put him down, he just wrecks it.
I agree. Well said. So that's where it takes us to the Monkey Engineer, ultra overboost. Something that I just recently learned about this though is I know that adding a 10 times ultra boost will increase the attack speed by 66.6%. It also increases how many bananas a farm makes by 66%. But did you also know that it increases the range of a village by 25%? 2% every ultra boost stack?
I was gonna say S tier.
I did already know that, Ryan, but that's
That's
because
because-
you told me previously.
Yeah.
Wait. Amazing! I didn't know that.
Thank you. I'm glad
we
to spread my wisdom.
You're
Look,
so
Ryan,
smart.
I was shocked when you did first tell me, but
Bro,
you already told
dude,
me.
I found this out like a week ago. I was like, how did I not know this, bro?
Yeah, no, that's actually crazy though. I personally love ultra boosting. I mean, I think it's just satisfying to use the ability and just ultra boost. You just feel like a god. I don't know why. I would put it in A though, because obviously it's so expensive.
So
Well-
now that's where we have to ask the more professional, people who play chimps in the harder game modes. Is this tile viable in the slightest in harder game modes? Or
Well,
is it just a joke?
you don't go for ultra boost. You would go for overclock.
I do think the problem is, I think if he was half the price, I think he should just be half the price, to be honest. I
like
think
that.
he's good, but 100,000 is a lot, dude. And that's easy, 100,000. What's it on hard?
Yeah.
100 and...
It's 100 like 28.
Yeah, $200 million.
Yeah, well said, Jerome.
Ridiculous.
128, 200 million.
So are we thinking more on the bottom half, like a D tier for this, just because of how
If
expensive
you
it is?
place it that low, people will not like you.
I
think-
think most people don't
We're
like
not
it anyways.
placing
I would-
what
I
people
would say
think of us. We're going for the facts. So E for engineer monkey.
I like that.
There we go.
Look,
I
you
like
do
B
need
for
the-
bad boy. I mean, just look at how cool he looks. He has like a giant giant generator on his back, sparking. He's just like, sup.
I would use him over Moab Mauler.
Well, people will get upset for that one just because on the Bloonarius boss, you do need him like to overclock or to super ultra boost your, VTSG and stuff. But other than that, I don't use him too much because he's too pricey.
So
Yeah.
put him,
Put
in
him
D tier.
above the Moab Mauler in D.
Yeah. Okay.
There
Well,
we
yeah,
go.
we'll put him on like the top of
There
D.
you go.
There you go.
All right. Big boy monkey bank. Okay. I love monkey bank. That's like my main income is just getting monkey banks. But does anyone actually put in the effort to get the T5 bank? Like, is that actually a valid?
I just prefer
Guilty.
to go the top route, but...
I
yeah.
agree. Like, if I'm going to get like big dollarinos, I want Monkey Central. But is the bank worth it? Is anyone here like actually use it?
The monkey bank actually has the highest return on investment. Don't mean to get all like technical and stuff, but you'll actually make your money back for the monkey bank in 10 rounds, whereas opposed to like going for the tier 4 banana research facility, it'll take you somewhere around 16 to 17 rounds, where the monkey bank you can get your money back in 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting like T3, just like a bunch of banks is great, but specifically for the T5, what do we think about this tower? I think it's a little bit too expensive to be, investing in early.
And you have to remember to hit that ability all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I
But
have a
that's
memory
where
of,
the
like, a
robo
gold-
thing comes in, where you just like queue it up to the little robo bot.
Yeah, and then I realized I come back and my little robots put me $30,000 in debt.
But not with the tier 5, because the tier 5
That's
just
true.
gives you 10,000.
I think, Tewtiy, you said big boy bank. There's a lot of B's in there. I'm thinking B.
Okay, well said, Jerome. Well said. The official tier list is coming in hot. Okay, middle path glue monkey, the Doc Ock. Okay, what do we think about
Doc
this
Ock.
tower? I like having this ability. I like that it hits camo balloons with its ability. That is a really nice thing to have, especially if you go the top path and you get the acid, which is going to melt the corrosive, which melts the balloons as an ability. Pretty nice to have, but Overall, I don't know. Feels a little lackluster sometimes. What do you think, Alukian?
Like everything takes more damage with it, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So it's pretty solid, and it lasts like so long. Like it's not
Very
used
good.
that much, but it has its place.
Any balloons that are affected by the glue will take more damage. It's not as effective as like the top pathway ice monkey or the cripple Moab. Plus, it's like super cheap.
G for glue gunner.
I was gonna say the same thing. G for glue gunner.
We're synced up, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, other than that little damage it gives you when you use the ability, I don't use it too much. It's just
Just put it up.
D for Doc Ock.
Okay, I like
Alright.
it.
I don't know.
Alright.
I feel like I would use Elite Defender way more than I would.
That's
I don't even
true.
think I've
I'm
ever
gonna-
used
yeah.
it.
E tier is gonna be.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
will
there
be
you
bad.
go.
Support Chinook. I feel like it just provides so many things. It gives you lives, it gives you money, it gives you the option to move towers around. You could also have the gunner. I guess it's not really new, but you can put in some kind of like attack shooter or something. It feels like it just provides a lot for you. And especially, I find it very useful when you're going up against like Lich Boss or things that drains lives. And being able to have those extra lives just really comes in handy.
That little
I-
sniper dude is like super strong.
He's
He
cracked.
is. I'm thinking A maybe.
and I like
Hey,
if
I can respect it.
you take like the 4th tier bottom path super monkey and put him in the plane, it turns into like a little shooter, and you follow the mouse around, just blow up all the balloons. It's really cool.
Yeah,
I've always
I
wanted
agree.
to try that. I just never have. So
It's really fun.
You can
I-
also
it's
put a
really-
banana
yeah.
farmer in there too, so you can
No,
just like
wait,
have him
actually,
going.
like,
So you can have him going around the map. Yeah. I actually
Oh
just
my
found out
God.
about that.
I've never tried this, but I'm assuming
That's
someone in this call definitely has. Can you put the cave monkey in there?
I haven't tried that.
No,
I haven't
in this
tried
call,
that.
really?
That's actually brilliant.
Yeah, we need to do this. We need-
Copyrighted. You owe me 20% of the video.
Claimed. Going once, going twice,
Okay.
and sold.
Our beautiful ice monkey, our
F.
little drum. This tower is not going in the F tier, okay? I love this tower for a lot of reasons, but the main reason I love this tower is that
here it
glitch.
comes.
Is the glitch
There it
where you
goes.
can put down the portable water lake and you stack the lakes and you get like 20 lakes on top of each other and you keep freezing it, and then you just put like a sniper, then you can just see over all the walls and it just annihilates everything. And I think just alone for that it's so funny.
That's
Well-
so true, though. I mean, honestly, I would put it like just because of the glitch, I would put it in like B or A, like somewhere around there. But I mean, are you gonna really take advantage of the glitch though very often, Ryan, or do you just do it for the gimmick?
I do it for the gimmick. The gimmick makes me happy.
Well, I like to
All right.
take the
We could
ice
settle
monkey.
at I for ice tier. Put him down.
Well, I was gonna say I like to take the ice monkey and like make it to where I can put my vengeful sun god on top of water and then buff it with like a carrier flagship and towers that buff water monkeys, because that's actually really strong.
That is a very valid point. I like that a lot. Alukian, what do you think?
Yeah, and it's all, especially in like round 95 and stuff. It's a great support tower. So
Okay, where do we want to put it? I think this is all very positive, so I think more of them like the higher tier, right?
A maybe.
A? I like it. Let's throw them in A tier. All right. We are heading up to the Mortar Tower. I feel like I don't use the Mortar Tower as much as I should. Whenever I do, I just get the big one. I just want some big boy damage, okay? But middle path, what do we think?
I mean, I think we could save some time and throw like the next 3 into F and just keep moving.
Well
Don't
said.
you
Well
dare!
said.
Don't you
Well said.
dare!
Oh,
Don't you
yeah.
dare! No!
Oh no!
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, the
Nope,
middle
that's
path,
gotta happen.
the middle path ninja does so much passive damage to any balloons that come on the screen, and then the elite sniper increases the reload time of the other snipers, making them stronger, and gives you money and lives. I mean, can you really pass
Well
those
said.
two up?
Well said. I'll put them at the top of F tier.
There you go.
Wow, that's very generous, Ryan. You're so
Yeah,
kind.
it is, yeah.
Oh,
you. Thank you.
you were so mighty.
You guys
Thank
are having a
you.
heart. He's like, no, please.
My heart.
Okay, tack shooter. What do we think?
Spike Storm? That's
Yeah,
all
Spike
right.
Storm.
Yeah, probably like a C or a D.
Okay, I agree. I'll put him in this.
Hey,
C
it's
tier.
all right. Yeah.
Balloon Master Alchemist. This guy is he just look. That's fashion, okay? That is definitely the coolest looking tower. He's like, he knows he's the coolest tower in the game. The fact that he turns balloons into gold, he can get like an infinite number of pops. He scales infinitely. He can do pretty much like everything. I think this tower's cracked. I personally would put him in like A tier. What do we think? Yeah.
I mean, he does look cool.
Yeah,
He
for
does
looks
look cool.
alone, A for sure.
The Russian submarine middle path. This tower is pretty crazy.
Oh man, it's expensive, so I never really get it, but it takes DDTs out instantly. Like you don't have to worry about them on any round. It's beautiful for that. But
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Sabre, what do you think of this tower?
Okay, well, I'm getting called out. I've never really used it, so.
That's fair. That's fair.
F tier.
F tier.
No. I abstain from this one because I don't have enough information on it.
Well said. You know what? That's completely acceptable.
Well, the preemptive strike and the first strike can one-shot a bad balloon, so I think it should definitely be up there.
I
I
agree.
like the
Good ground,
preemptive
0
strike
away.
a lot. Yeah.
B tier. How's that sound?
I respect it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
The anti-balloon gunner.
Crit hit!
Yeah, the fact that we have the new crit hits, this tower's crazy now. I feel like this thing just mows balloons down.
C for crazy?
I would
agree.
honestly
Wait,
put it.
can I
I'd
do-
put it like top of A, bro.
I was gonna say, a quick question? Without the crit hit update, what do you think? Like C?
I would put it
I'm
like
thinking
at
like-
least. I'd put it like top of C, maybe B, somewhere
Yeah.
without crit hits. Yeah.
With
Yeah.
crit hits, though, yeah, definitely. Like, that's huge.
I think that's just so powerful.
I like him. I think his ability, the sound of it's like the coolest sound, the little wow 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 sound.
Oh yeah.
Goes out
Yeah.
there.
Let's put him in A tier. Okay, the tag shooter, middle path, blade maelstrom. I think it's such a strong ability.
Yeah, no, it lasts a million years and it comes back super quick. So
Yeah, I think
Good
on like
stuff.
certain maps, I mean, it's only like $15,000. One of the cheapest T5s in the game, and it feels like it just gives you so much. The actual tower itself, kind of poopy, but the ability, it just feels so good to be able to use.
Get some energizer down next to it. Cooldown rate lowered. Ooh, baby, you're in business right now.
Ooh,
Business
yeah.
B for business.
B for business? All right, well said. Okay, MIB, the village. This is like my most used tower.
S tier.
This tower just like S tier?
Yeah, it's ultimate support. It's the ultimate support.
Yeah, S tier then, friends.
Yeah.
S tier it is. Firelord Phoenix. This guy is just popping power, right? Once you get it, you have the Phoenix always going around. You can turn him into a giant Firelord Phoenix. It has a super strong build-up, being able to have Wall of Fire down, pop so many balloons in the very beginning. I just feel like he's a super strong tower, a little bit on the expensive side. Alukian, what do you feel about it?
yeah, I'd say probably B. Maybe it's super strong, super expensive, and the meteors look so cool though. So
Oh, so cool. I
it's
agree.
So good.
Let's throw him up in B tier.
And fun
Sky
fact.
Shredder.
Wait, real quick, man. Fun fact: the Phoenix is actually technically counted as a tower from when we learned that from that mod removing the heads, Ryan.
Yeah, dude.
Technically, it's a tower because we had a modder. They removed all like the hats and heads from all towers, and when you use the Phoenix, the head's gone, so it counts as a tower.
Yeah, super whack, super strange. Sky Shredder. Dablooon, how do you feel about the Sky Shredder?
I really like it. It's pretty expensive, but when it gets rocking, it just shreds everything in its path, which is real cool.
Okay, where would you put it?
Just like again the price, because I mainly play chimps, so I don't have that much money. So I would go
tier.
like C.
C tier? All right, I'm about it then.
I think it's just so annoying on the screen with all the darts, dude. I just can't.
I really
yeah.
don't like it at all.
I lose
You
my
can't
mouse
find your
all the
mouse?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh my God. I thought I was alone on that.
No,
I can
no.
never find my cursor, dog. Oh
I can
my
never
gosh.
find it. It's always missing, bro. I need to find like a big red circle around it. It's like, it's here, my friend.
Well, they just updated so you can make your mouse cursor real large, so that
Still
helps a lot.
Really?
Still
Oh
lost.
yeah, I need to put.
Oh, wait, really? I
I'm
didn't
always
know
lost.
that update.
Yeah, it's real cool.
I
Because
didn't
yeah,
know they
you'll
had
lose
that
your
either.
mice every time you have like a sky shredder or what's that other one? Oh, the VTSG. You put that down, you can't see anything.
Yeah,
I just wish
can't
you could
see
turn off
anything.
all projectiles. I think that'd be really nice.
Mhm.
Oh, that'd be
Agreed.
cool.
Bottom path engineer.
I mean, it's in challenges, it's really good against like ceramics that are 2000%, but like for an actual game, it's too inconsistent.
Yeah, I completely agree. Where would you put it?
I have no idea. Probably not F tier though, but
I would
I've
say
never
B,
used
B.
XXL trap.
E tier then, friends. How does it sound? Okay, Perma-brew like S tier, right? Easy S
so
tier.
good.
Yeah.
Easy
oh,
S
So
tier.
good. Easy S tier. This tower is just like it gets things done. Allows you to pop lead balloons. Once you get permanent brew and you throw it on a fast attacking tower, you're just like, wow, it just feels good to have this tower in your game. It's nice.
Plus, just look at that
Bomb
smile.
Blitz. He's just, yeah, that's a winning smile. I love my favorite towers are all the monkeys that just look so happy, which is like the Alchemist, the Druid, like they're just having such a great time. They're so happy. Top path, Balloon Crush. I think this tower is kind of good, but as Dablooon says, kind of expensive.
I like it because it does have a lot of stall, but when it comes down to it, it's just way too expensive, and I think there's better options, so...
Okay.
No, that's rough.
I don't know
It
about that.
installs
I was
DDT,
gonna say
so-
E. I think E.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. So you guys all like that purple glue guy, the one that can slow towers down, but this guy literally stops them. Dead
Yeah,
stops all towers.
All balloons. I'm with you on this
Or,
one, Dablooon.
yeah, all
This
balloons.
tower is crazy. I think he deserves at least C tier.
Well,
But
and hey,
for
if we're also thinking about just, like,
$70,000?
but if you're also thinking about what you can get before you get the T5 itself, you always go bigger bombs. You know, if you get like recursive cluster, you're gonna want bigger bombs and all that too.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is a good path for the beginning at least.
How about we put it top of D tier then?
I can respect it.
Yeah, sure, because of the price.
Okay.
D for doggy doo doo. Got you.
Yeah, D for doggy JuJu. Okay. Sabre, how do you feel about the more glaives, or this?
Ooh,
There's
glaive
only
lord?
one right answer here.
I mean,
I
I,
agree.
think it's pretty cracked, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really like. I haven't used it a lot, but when I do use it, it's never let me down.
Yeah, I completely agree. It can hit camo balloons, and it just feels like once you get it down, no amount of balloons that are not Moabs are getting by. Like ceramics, like any type of rush, it just deals with it, right? Especially if you're on a map with a strong turn, like Park Path or the Willy Wonka map with some of the circles. Like if you get him in a good spot, woo-wee, can he get some work done? What do you think about it, Dablooon?
I've always liked him. I think he's super cool. And back when I used to play like battles a long time ago, you go for that top path boomerang and he was always rocking.
Yeah, absolutely. Where would you put him?
I like a C or D.
I agree. Let's
What?
put him in D.
You need to put him higher.
I
I mean, he
always
looks
really
so
liked
cool.
He was great. I'd put him in D.
Yeah, he looks cool and he is cool, but he's not that cool. You know?
He's like one of the coolest
Okay.
looking towers.
Top Path Monkey Buccaneer, the one with the planes that goes everywhere, and the one that gives a boost to all water towers and planes. Super strong tower in my opinion.
I've
What do we
definitely
think?
got like a bias here just because like with Sky Shredder, it's kind of the same thing. I just hate seeing projectiles all over the screen. I just
I
can't.
would say it's an interesting one for me, where I would say on any traditional map, A, but on an almost all water map, S tier, because it gives you more land space.
Okay,
That's
I
true.
agree. Because it's one of those towers that like it can really shine in the right situation, but most of the time it's just kind of like an okay-ish tower. And so, Alukian, where would you want to put it on the tier list?
I never use it. I have no idea.
No idea. I love this tower. I feel like just with the buff and everything, I think it's just either like a C or a B tier, honestly.
Only
I would
problem
say
is
C.
the-
I'd
I
say
say a
C.
B tier for the Buccaneer again because it is super strong. And it helps a
What were you
lot
gonna
with
say?
Flooded
Dude,
Valley.
B for Buccaneer, man.
It's just so it can be so random though. I have so much footage of me losing maps super late in the game because the planes are just off the map somewhere, not shooting.
Oh,
Boom.
dude,
That's
I hate
very
the planes,
true.
man.
That's
Hate
true.
'em.
We'll put it in D tier for that. Okay,
Oh,
Ultra
no.
Juggernaut.
He lowered it. Oh my god.
Ooh, that's rough.
Ultra Juggernaut is cracked, bro. Especially for just like the dart monkey. I think it's the best like path for the dart monkey.
No
Right?
shot. No shot.
Other than
Crossbows.
no, you're right. Other than crossbow, but I mean, that's definitely right behind it. That's got to be right behind it.
No, it's not
And
even
it's so
close to a
cheap.
crossbow master.
It's
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
super
mean,
cheap.
You need the right spot.
It's
in the
super
right
cheap.
situation.
I'd say either C or D tier personally.
Have you ever
What do we
used
think?
the Ultra Jug on Encrypted?
I have
Oh,
not.
yeah.
It's
Because
super
Encrypted
amazing.
is a poopy map. Holy cow! Encrypted just makes me sad playing.
Like it will delete any balloons that get in that little center bit of Encrypted. Like it's
It looks really cool.
super cool.
So C tier then?
Yeah, C for cryptid. Let's go.
Yeah,
I
C
really-
Encrypted.
I'm feeling guilty about the plane boat though. I think we need to raise that one.
Okay,
All
where
right,
do you
put
want to
it
put
in
it then?
C, man. Come on.
Okay, C because it's in the sea. It's in the ocean.
Oh, like and subscribe. What?
Yeah, I'm like and subscribe. Okay, top path Druid. This thing is crazy, but again, expensive.
F.
F tier? Ooh. Does anyone
No,
have
it's so
will
cool
say one
looking. It's
thing.
like the
I
Phoenix
have-
in a way.
No, I have a quarrel with this tower because if you get this tower, some of your rounds and games will last 5 times as
Oh.
long because he doesn't deal a lot of damage to Moabs and he'll keep kicking them back to the start and it literally will extend the time by like 5x. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It
No,
will
I-
literally take you 15 minutes to beat round 97 if you go for that
Yeah.
tower.
Yeah, F tier just for that reason alone. Well said. Okay. All right. Sentry champion.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe that they said that. Can we also talk Ninja Kiwi? What are you doing? Okay.
Dude, you know they're lining up a Paragon for the Engineer Monkey. You know that's why they did that.
Next Paragon?
They
Next
have
Paragon?
to. Yeah, definitely. What do we think about this tower? I think it's cheap. It's nice. It's really good. Annihilates Moabs. But here's the main problem I have with it. I'm playing the game, and every 5 seconds, you just hear the sentry. The sentry just exploding. I'm like, bro, I don't want to listen to this.
Doesn't make it any less powerful, though.
I think he's pretty strong. I don't use him too much. I'm not a big fan of the Engineer, to be honest, but I like it because except for that it blows up, because it always blows up right when I need him to attack.
Yep, that sounds about right. How do we feel about, I think either D or like C tier probably.
C for champion?
Yeah, there we go.
D for champion, well said. This is S tier, right? This is the best monkey farm. Like this makes you just so much money.
Yeah,
right?
S.
Dablooon, you're normally, for the chimps, the higher difficulties. How do you feel like, is this worth getting in the more difficult game modes, or like, how do you feel about it?
Definitely, yeah. I'm not the biggest late game guy, but if I do, I definitely go with that one before I go for the other path farms.
Okay, there we go. The top path glue gunner, absolutely melting balloons. Alukian, how do you feel about it?
I don't know how much challenges apply, but in challenge, it depends pretty much all balloons, even if they're a billion regrows.
It kind of just melts things, right? It just shreds it sometimes. But I definitely feel like it's one of those towers that against normal balloons, it just absolutely melts them. But then as soon as Moabs come around, the tower literally just becomes useless. It's like, okay, it actually just does nothing now. So how do we feel about just D tier for it?
I can respect it.
Yeah, D for Glue Gunner, I'm done.
Yeah, D for glue gunner. Apache Prime. Jerome, how do you feel about this behemoth of a tower?
I'm thinking A or high B, but I love him. I think he's really good.
I completely agree with that. Anyone else?
The A is where he belongs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely begins in A.
This guy in Asada can pretty much carry most of chimps in any of the beginner maps.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's so good. Super brittle ice monkey.
S tier.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
Not said.
Avatar of Wrath. S
Easy
tier,
S tier.
right?
S plus, yeah.
Yeah, no, this Avatar of Wrath is the best tower in the game right now, in my opinion. So good. Crossbow Master. I feel like this boy has to be either B or A tier, right? So powerful.
Super strong, super cheap. The monkey knowledge with the dual crossbow masters looks really cool. I can respect the A.
Let's put him in A tier. Okay, the big one. Okay, how do we feel about this monster tower?
I don't like
Well
it.
said. You don't like it?
Yeah.
Silver, right? Where it's doesn't do well against Moabs, but good against balloons.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, and I feel like it does a lot of massive AOE damage, but I'd rather just get a tack shooter or a bomb shooter or something like that instead. It's nice to have global range, and if you're playing on the moon map, kind of necessary, but other than that, it feels like it doesn't really do much. I think either maybe D or E tier.
I'll give it
Yeah,
E because I'm super lazy when it comes to playing balloons. So needing to micro a tower around, I can't be asked.
Bro, I was cracking up. I was literally just watching your stream, and you were just having to micro the tower, and you're like, bro, I can't win. I just gotta micro it. It was so funny. I was cracking up, bro.
Oh, man.
Grandmaster Ninja. Grandmaster. Oh, do you not like it? Do you think it should go higher up?
Well, so on a map like Spillway or the Moon map, like you said, or Resort, just something with where they all spin around in a circle, that thing just destroys. And I do not micro. I'm super lazy. And you just throw that guy down, he destroys everything.
Just because of that, we'll put
Yeah.
him in D tier, just for you, okay?
D for destroy?
All right. D for destroy. Well said. Grandmaster Ninja. I feel like the Ninja, it's just it's great as a starting tower. Right in the beginning, you put it down and you get a couple of points in it. But Grandmaster Ninja feels like it just falls off so quickly. But is that just me? Do you all feel the same?
Definitely agree.
Well,
I agree, but I think he carries you for so long before that, though.
when you go for Grandmaster Ninja, you generally want to go for Shinobis with it, because if you use the Grandmaster Ninja with Shinobis, it increases his attack speed by so much.
Dude, I get it, but we're not moving him at an F tier. Shinobi's staying at F tier, bro. I'm sorry.
Why?
Stubborn, man.
My
That's
boy.
Stubborn.
All right, where do we want to place this tower? Then Alukian, you get the final say. Where do you want to
Well,
put it?
I literally don't use it, so no idea.
All right, well
Wow.
said. F tier.
But
There you
what,
go.
but what
you're
about
crazy.
Balloon
You're a
Jitsu?
maniac.
Balloon Jitsu, the tier 4, he can literally carry all the way up until
No, but-
40.
But hang on, yeah, the Balloon Jitsu is great, but this guy, my main gripe is that he has to bring all his friends with him. He can't do it on his own.
Yeah.
He
said. I
he
agree.
just likes to hang out with his boys.
Cripple Moab. I feel like this is either B or A, right? This tower just like so strong. Like I feel like I always have a sniper. No matter, like I get the one that does 20 damage, like a 302, and just like at the end of the game, he always has like 80 or 100k pops for spending like 7 grand. Like it's crazy good. And with Cripple Moab on boss events, being able to stun balloons and have all sources of damage do extra damage to like Moab class balloons, like super brittle, just makes this tower crazy strong in my opinion.
Well, with the super brittle, it gives you +4 damage to all balloons, and with the cripple Moab, it gives you +5. So it's actually a little bit better than super brittle. The only difference is like the super brittle attacks just a little bit faster.
Okay, all right. What do we think? B or A tier, or something completely not those two?
I think B.
Like B.
Yeah, B sounds good.
All right, the super mines. They're like the third most expensive tower in the game for like $160,000 or whatever. How do we feel about it?
I think compared to price and the fact that the permanent spike just slaps. I mean, I think this guy's trash.
Okay,
Garbage.
I agree.
I'm
Garbage.
definitely not inclined to use them.
Yeah. All right. Energizer. How do we feel about Energizer?
Fourth
It's a
tier
good
is
battery.
great.
It's all right.
A or
Yeah.
B, because it does have
A.
that 25% cooldown reduction for all of your abilities.
It is really nice. Plus the 50% hero XP gain. It's
Mhm.
definitely a nice tower. Let's throw it in B. True Sun God Temple. I feel like this is an interesting conversation to have, right?
Quick
Argue-
question:
it-
is it the true sun god, or are we talking about the vengeful? Gotta lay that out there right now.
I think we talk about it as a whole, right? Like we have the option to make a vengeful Sun God Temple. So like, you know, you have those options, but I think we look at the tower as a whole. So cost efficiency, the fact that you can turn it into a vengeful Sun God Temple, and the fact that you can just have like a normal Sun God Temple as well. How do we feel about this tower? I mean, there's no doubt that it's the strongest tower in the game when you provide it with what it needs, but you're looking at a multi-million-dollar investment for that, right? So how do we feel about it?
Well, if you're going for the true sun god, it's just like you were saying, you're gonna need to invest a lot of money, and that's just if you're going for the vengeful sun god. Or not the vengeful, but the true sun god. If you're going for the vengeful, you need to invest even more money to get the other 2 tier 5s. Whereas if you don't go for the vengeful, the true sun god is just absolutely garbage for like the 500, 700, $1 million you need to invest.
I kind of agree with that. Alukian, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's so expensive. You only get it if you're like trying to get it. You don't get it because it's the best option unless you're trying to go late game.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Do we want to put it in like C or B tier?
E.
E
Yeah, I would
tier?
say E actually.
Okay. All right. Well, there goes my like-dislike ratio. Anyway.
Yeah, that's
All right.
people are gonna hate that.
It
Yeah,
is
no,
a
they're
really
gonna
cool
be
tower.
fuming.
I'm
It's
I'm
cool,
not
but
gonna
it's
say
just
it's not,
gimmicky.
but it's just way too
Yeah, is it just-
expensive.
Is it just me, or is it like it's so much work to get it to what it needs to be? And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm over
It's
looking at.
gimmicky. Like you're not gonna try and go for that like every single time to win. You're doing it like you're just like, oh, you know what? This time I'm gonna go for the sun god. I'm gonna do that.
I do it for the clickbait.
Yeah,
The
yeah, there you go.
clickbait.
Yeah. All right. Top path tack shooter. This fiery behemoth of awesomeness,
Ring
my
of
friend.
fire.
This thing is kind of cracked, especially the fact that it shoots out fireballs and like homing fireballs of like awesomeness. It's really good. How do you feel about it, Dablooon?
I like it. The fireballs take down DDTs if it lines up with it, and it's overall pretty clean, but it's super expensive to get there.
I completely agree with that. Jerome, how do you feel?
I feel kind of the same way. I also just have a disdain for towers that can't pop camos. So I don't know. I think C.
B tier? I personally would put it in B tier. How does everyone feel?
I like B.
B for fireball.
Yeah. Top of
B-
C or B.
Yeah, B for fireball. Well said. Okay. Top path village. This thing with just the catapult of awesomeness. Okay.
Before H2K can argue, I think F.
I'm sorry.
man,
I'm
with
sorry.
that-
I'm sorry.
With the whole
I didn't mean it.
recursive cluster strat now that you can do, I don't know. I mean, you can do more now with it. You can
I
get a lot
agree.
of good upgrades, and I don't know.
When you
takes
mix
down
it with
ceramics.
Yeah, once you mix this with other primary towers, the fact that you get the first 2T upgrades for free around it, 2T, and then you get everything else, I think this tower really can shine. I think this should be in either C, B, or A.
I'd go B.
B looks good.
Okay, top path wizard, the old man Gandalf. What do you think, Alukian?
It's awesome. Like it's just a good go-to tower. Like even like in chimps and something, it's just spicy and it looks cool. So
I completely agree. Where would you put
I think
it?
it's a well-rounded tower.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give it a B.
B? All right, I'm about it. B tier. All right,
F.
Merchant, F tier,
F.
right? F
F.
tier. Worst tower of the
Yep.
game.
I'm not saying
Sink
anything.
that ship.
I'm not
He's over
saying
there sobbing
anything.
in a corner. He's like, no!
Not saying
Sink
anything.
that ship.
Sink it. No money making here, okay?
You will be
We're here for
missed.
damage.
You will be missed.
Okay.
In the
MAD.
odds.
This is like S tier, right? This tower is
MAD's so
Yeah.
nasty,
Oh yeah,
bro.
easy S tier.
easy S tier. Okay, Flying Fortress. And this is just one of those things that just feels too expensive, right? Like, it's strong, you get it, you win, but the initial investment to get that like $90,000, $100,000 just feels like such a it just makes your wallet feel so empty at the end of the day for not a lot, right? It just misses all those balloons.
Yeah, it makes me feel empty when I see a whip in the shots, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I
yeah.
think probably,
I die a little
probably
bit.
S tier then.
Jerome.
Probably S tier.
S tier, well said. Okay,
S
Dablooon, where would you put it?
perspective.
I think flying F.
Okay,
What?
well said.
No, you're a maniac.
We'll put
Lock
it
this
in
man
It's
up.
crazy.
That's an A.
No
Nah,
shot.
it's not
No,
A, bro.
it's just
There's
so
no
much
way it's
money.
A.
We'll put it
On
in
boss
D.
rounds, it can always. I know he misses a lot, quote unquote, but on boss rounds with like the slower like lich boss for like he hits it every time.
Yeah.
You just gotta,
I mean, I guess, man. But you got to remember, Jerome, I think you're thinking of when, like, you, me, and Ryan would triple stack all of it, and then it
Yeah.
does something.
And then you
But
just
on
can't
its
miss.
own, when you only have one, it's just, I don't think it's that worth it.
Ray of Doom. I think this is the same thing with like the Flying Fortress, where like, wow, it's great, but man, is it expensive? Costs
It's
a lot
so
of money.
nasty, bro.
It's so good. Titan, how do you feel about it?
It's really good. I like it. I mean, he looks really nice. I'll just put it this way. He's a nice person, but I'm just going to leave it at that.
Well
Oh my
said. E
gosh,
tier.
gotta put him down. I think it's very map dependent. If you have maps with straight paths, like a lot of it, then it's a lot better, obviously.
Yeah, I completely agree. Then we got Moab Domination. What do we think about it? Dablooon, where would you put this bad boy?
We got to represent the Aussies. So
Yeah.
But he's super expensive. But once you get him, he's super good. But the 4th tier to the 5th tier is like such a huge hike.
Yeah, I agree.
So maybe in the middle, yeah.
C tier, all right. And last but not least, the bottom path Dartling Gunner. This tower is kind of insane. The fact that it can target on its own, massive AoE, just shreds balloons. Alukian, how do you feel about it?
Well, okay, I was about to give it like an E tier, so clearly I don't know how to use it. So-
E tier, okay. Let's see. H2K Titan, how do you feel?
I think it's really good. Like, you don't need to worry about microing it like you do the Ray of Doom or the Mad Balloon. And once you pair it with like a MIB, I mean, he has some solid popping power. Plus, when you say the word Bez, because the balloon exclusion zone, it just sounds really nice.
It does. It's pretty nice. Sabre, how do you think about it?
I think if you get a good placement, like, you got a loop on the track or something, it's absolutely disgusting. Basically, I mean, it's just gonna end up being better than a tack shooter, of course. So,
So B for better.
yeah, sure,
B for
better.
balloon-
Yeah,
B
yeah.
for balloon explosion zone. There we go, my friends, and this is the official BTD6 tier list.
Wait,
Coming and helping.
can we
me
get
out.
an S plus tier for Pat Fusty? Your
Oh
man, the
yeah,
myth,
you
the
gotta
legend?
throw Fusty up
Yeah.
there, bro.
Yeah.
And then yeah,
Yeah.
and then just throw Fusty, make Krusty
There it
up
is,
there.
yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Thank you.
But anyways, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. A big thank you to Tewtiy for inviting me. I had a lot of fun. If you guys would like us to link back up and do a tier list for the heroes, make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, be sure to check out everyone's channels. The links will be posted in the description below. But thank you very much for watching, but you guys know what time it is. I hope you guys have the most amazing day of your lives. And I'll see you guys in the next one.